So a lot of people, I think, lose focus because they're so worried about like that milestone and not putting the the effort into the work that it distracts them in a way, right? It sort of
Yeah.
like sets them behind a little bit more. But
I feel like people's problem when they're trying to start their own business is that like they expect it to be easy, or they expect like to make money really fast,
right,
or you know they or if like they do fail, they don't want to get back up on their legs and try again, like
they give up easy,
yeah,
it's like,
within the first year I like quit like twice. I
wow,
quit twice. Like I can't do this no more. Like I'm not getting enough money. I'm overworking myself, and also people in my at this time at the time I was like, people aren't appreciating my work, but like really I wasn't that good. I thought I was really good, but I wasn't that good. It was within the first year of me doing this shit,
hey,
but you go through your own journey, so
right, yeah. I mean, you also gotta understand, right? Like again, you don't make it to this point or to any point overnight, right? So it's something to where it's a learning curve and it's something that you have to be learning. But again, like that's awesome to hear that there was a point where you gave up, and again, it's only giving up if you fully pack it away,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
It's getting back up, right? And here you are, right? Had you given in and never came back to it, right? Who knows, what you'd be doing, if you'd be happy, and you wouldn't be where you're at today, right? So
yeah,
it's
basically. And my clients, they told me too. They're like, and you was about to give up, and you got this cold, blah blah, and you got all these people hitting you up for videos now, blah blah. So
right,
yeah, it feels good that I could like survive at least off of
right,
this. I don't have a lot of excess money right now, but at least I can survive and live comfortably.
right, right, right.
So
And again, like not chasing the bag, like focused on that. I think it's gonna give into it, slowly, just little by little, right? Like
yeah,
as some people get money hungry and greedy, and so again, if they don't see the numbers, they pack it up,
yeah,
right? And they want those numbers overnight. They want them quick. I'm like, starting a business is not like that,
yeah,
I've always seen people that open up restaurants or like anything that's like business where you got to put inventory in, before they've even opened that open sign for the first day, they're already
hmm,
negative
yeah,
tons of money, right? Like hundreds of thousands of dollars into like the building, the renovation, if it's food, right? The inventory, the tables, the designs, the menus, everything, right? Advertisement, and then they haven't even opened their first open sign, right?
yeah,
And so it's like it takes years to even start seeing profit,
yeah.
and a lot of people again don't see that behind the screen, right? They just see
Yeah.
they see the nice
And then
like
and then you're down
page,
like thousands of dollars, and then you have someone come up and be like, "Let me get that for like a
a
discount."
discount, achieve like, oh,
Yeah.
you got it like that. Look at this, and
And
I'm
then
like,
and then they
what you
wonder why you
mean,
get
man?
frustrated. They're
Yeah,
like, "Yeah,
it's like it's not cheap, and it's not for the faint of heart either. It's something that you got to have like a steel mindset because for some time, again, you don't see those fruits, right?
yeah,
Where um, nobody really knows what it takes, right? To in every single business, they cost different amounts of money, and they're asking for discounts and stuff, or they see, oh, you're charging a lot, must be making a lot, but they don't know how
yeah,
much how much
yeah."
work
There's
or
like a lot of like overhead and
right.
stuff that people don't know about, like plenty of
And I
overhead.
also think, at least from your field, is it's not just the camera doing the work, right?
Yeah,
That's just part one, right?
yeah,
That the real work comes when we're done, and
yeah.
you
The
got to
real work
take,
comes behind the
yeah,
screen. Like people don't even really understand. Like there's many different editing positions. There's like a color grader. There's like a overall editor. There's someone who does special effects. There's like many different positions for
right.
editing. I happen to be well versed in all of them,
All of them.
like pretty good at all of them, but at I'm not professional at special effects. I'm not really professional at even really editing, but I
Right.
am a professional color grader.
Okay.
Like if I were to apply for like a movie or something, they would probably consider me to color grade the movie.
Wow.
Like that's how good I believe I am at color grading. But and people don't realize that like to hire a one man team get this cheap of a price of $500 to make
Right.
a professional looking video that looks like it was made by like, you know, a really big company in
A
the
team.
Hollywood industry. Yeah, by a
They're
team.
like a team,
Yeah,
right?
like
So
so the fact that I'm pushing out videos for $500 that rival the quality and the entertainment value of like a video that someone spent 20,000 on,
right.
is saying a lot, and people still complain about the
Right, right.
price.
You're never gonna make anybody happy, right? Like
Yeah,
it's always, you're always gonna have somebody that's not happy. That everybody wants it cheaper,
yeah,
and so I think that's just something you learn from. To You're always gonna run into,
yeah,
and if it gets to a point where if you're too expensive, then cool, like I'm just
yeah,
not your guy, right? Like
yeah,
go find someone else, like a whole team basically that can do this for 500, right? Like
yeah.
and then they usually come back, running like, hey, I'm sorry, like, and then sometimes they gotta learn that,
See,
it's
the
cool,
thing
but
is,
now the price is 600,
the
like
thing is, every time I have gotten a customer, they always came back at least once.
right.
So I think that says a lot about like my
Oh,
service.
of course, and it's something, and that speaks to the retention, right? Where it's like, when you're good at what you do, and also the price must be good, but maybe the price versus the value they're getting, right?
Yeah.
Because like you said, a team sometimes they come in and they barely count the minutes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I know from photographers, from going to shoot sometimes with my girlfriend, it's like we sort of pay for a time frame,
Yeah.
and that's all you get. Like we're running, right, basically almost like speed walking, and you have like 15 minutes or 20 minutes, right, and so many pictures. She's taking a bunch, and then all you do is get to pick like a certain amount of pictures that for that price range, and that's all you're getting. That's all she works on, and that's it. So it's like some people are counting every minute,
Yeah.
and it's like I've never really felt that way, from you.
Yeah.
I think it's something to where, and I appreciate that you're willing to stay till, like you make, in my sense, me being the customer, and this is, you make me feel like I'm not rushed, like you're willing to do it right. Yeah, we're not focused on the time. I also know, but we're also considered, right, because we know you have we should do it within this or this time frame. If we do it earlier, great. There'll be some episodes where we wrap up early, other episodes where we take a little bit longer. But I also understand that the more we record, it's more work you're gonna have to do right on your end. So
I just think about it like this, like, so I really like my job. So like I like to take my time. I don't really rush anything. But there's a reason why I like my job a lot is because like it just feels so surreal sometimes, like, cause I used to work a lot for DJ Coop. He's a DJ in the South, who is one of the biggest in the South, and he has a lot of connections. He knows a lot of famous people and stuff. And I remember he gave me a referral to D-Ray Davis because he was gonna do his show in Zanies. And if you don't know who D-Ray Davis is, you probably know him from like Snowfall. He was Peaches in Snowfall. He's in the movie Barbershop. He's in a lot of things.
I've heard of the barbershop, but yeah, I'm sometimes more of a face guy. I see
yeah,
a guy.
Yeah, face guy. If you see his face, you'll know him. Every time I show someone his face, you're there like, oh, that guy.
Right.
No one knows him by name though.
Right.
But I was counting him as like a B-list celebrity at that point because of that. So me actually being able to go out and film D.R. Davis 3 days straight at Zanies, and I was out in the back room with him, talking to him. Right. He had all his groupies around and shit. And like
that's a trip, huh? That's a whole like another experience, right?
Yeah, it's a whole different experience. Yeah. It's like a whole different lifestyle that I never knew how it actually was. Like, of course I knew it existed, but I never actually felt.
You hear stories, but now it's like, oh shit, like I'm in it, like I'm here, like you're seeing it happen.
Like this famous guy really has 8 girls in the back room with him, just like all trying to ride on him. Like it's a crazy thing. It's a crazy thing, like
experience, like one of those like campfire song, like campfire stories, right? Or like you got a story to tell, right?
Yeah. Yeah, some pretty cool experiences and stories. And I got to sit down and talk to D-Ray. I have conversations with him and like that type of deal. Get to know him a little bit as a person. And getting to know someone with a certain amount of fame, it feels a little bit surreal too, because it's like you only see what's on the screen, you know, what's on the movie screen or
Right.
TV screen or whatever. But getting to know them as a person, because like we all know that, like, you know, celebrities are people too. People have to remind themselves that.
Right.
But like actually getting to know a person